Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 102 by 70C. This is a door pull is what it is, and it's a very common door pull. Used in, probably not the most common, but it's certainly a common door pull. The 102 features a slightly petite pull handle itself, in not only the center to center of 5.5 inch, but the diameter as well. This may be 5/8. Yeah, it is. This is a 5/8 version. So it's a relatively smaller pull handle, but nonetheless very common. So this part number is 102 by 70C-626. What that means is that this is a 102 pull. This is just, if you looked up a 102 pull in the Rockwood book, it's going to be this pull. It's going to be 6 1/8 overall length. The center to center is the important part, really, at 5.5 inch. Okay, this is going to have a clearance. They say 1 3/8. Okay, so then it's going to get to 2 inch on the outside. Okay, because that bar diameter is 5/8. Jumping forward, the 626 means that it is solid brass, and this would be a satin chrome plating that's been done to this. Satin chrome over solid brass would be considered the most durable of artificial finishes. Those finishes that are plated or powder coated, anodized. This would be considered the most durable of artificial finishes. An example of a natural finish would be stainless steel with a brushed finish, like 630. Solid stainless, and all they've done is brushed this. I would personally not use 626 for a door pull because sooner or later, it will happen eventually. The plating will wear off, revealing the gold tone underneath. It's just a plating. With enough time, it will wear that off. The 70C in the part number is the push plate. In Rockwood speak, a 70 is a plate that's 50 thousandths thick. The C tells us that it's 4 inch wide and 16 inch tall. Okay. That plate is naturally going to mount right like that. That's going to be your look. That's what you're going to have. This is going to include fasteners, the small little oval head screws for attaching the plate, and then this client specified the Type 1 mount, which is a through bolt and a finish washer for the opposite side. So through the door, you're going to have to drill for these two holes. Okay. The machine bolt, the flathead stove bolt will come through with the finished washer or a countersunk washer. This is going to be available, these are two very generic pieces. You could do a 102 and a 70 in aluminum, stainless, brass, bronze, etc. You can do them in all of the finishes that are possible on those base materials. Anything anodized on the aluminum that they offer, a clear, and then of course the bronze variants. They can powder coat this material. Black is the new popular color. They can powder coat this all black. It would be a stainless base material at that point. You wouldn't order a 102. When you ordered this as a black or white or other color powder coat, it's going to be a stainless base material, because what the factory has told me, when you're powder coating something, let's just go for the least expensive base material. Yeah, makes sense. Over your brass and bronze, you can do any finishes that are within the realm of feasibility. Your brasses, your bronze, your chromes, your nickels, satin, polished, antique, oil rubbed bronze, etc. Being Rockwood, they have tremendous capacity for plating. If you wanted this all in antique nickel over solid brass, absolutely, not a problem at all. They'll easily handle that request. Now let's switch to the screen view, where we can take a look at the extended description and some supporting documentation. Now this is the extended description of the item that we're looking at. It's a 102 with a 70C and a 626. The dimensional properties that we've already gone over. And we'll get to that when we look at the product brochure, but let's jump to the mounting options. So this client ordered a Type 1, and a Type 1 is just a regular through bolt, and it specifically means that it's 1/4-20. If you wanted to increase the durability of the mounting, go with the HD, heavy duty, which will give you a 5/16, basically a thicker bolt. I would encourage thicker bolts in all instances because it's the quarter 20 bolts break frequently, especially under high use, and kind of tough to it's kind of tough to preserve the hardware when a bolt's been broken off inside of it. The problem that we have with those bolts is the factory isn't having this manufactured at grade 5 or higher. This is just common mild steel. Anyway, other mounting types are here. Through bolt for 1/2-inch glass, surface concealed. You can do these for wood or metal. We might need to be careful on these because this is only 5/8. Okay, they can do it. Minimum diameter 5/8. Back-to-back mounts for 1 3/4 or whatever thickness. If you had, it doesn't matter what thickness door you have. They'll be able to accommodate. Type 13 would be for like typical 1/2-inch glass, but 3/4, 3/8. If you have a door that's 6-inch thick, they can do it. We routinely have a client who orders 3 3/4 thickness back-to-back pulls. He does work in homes where they build theater rooms, and the doors are exceptionally thick for sound deadening and acoustical retarding transmission of acoustical property. So his 102s are always really odd in terms of door thickness. Okay, so those are the mounting options. Back here to the product brochure, that's going to be handy because it will allow us to review the 102 and the thicker bars. So the 102 and is 5/8. If you want a thicker handle, 3/4, and I would recommend that, would be the 105, and then you can get up to 3/4. You can get up to larger center to centers, 6-inch and 8-inch. When you get over that, you will be able to go to 1-inch diameter in the 8-inch and 10-inch center to center. An 8-inch is very common. 10-inch is very common. 12-inch can be done as well. It's just that product catalog page is not bundled in with this link. They refer to the different base materials: aluminum, brass, bronze, stainless. Okay, they can do Type 316 stainless. They can do a micro shield MS, and you would see that incredibly often in not only hospitals but schools as well. It just retards the growth of bacteria, fungus, mildew, germs basically on the hardware. So hospitals, that's going to be standard specification. 316 is nice. It's a much higher grade stainless, very appropriate for a coastal, very moist environment. I've done projects where we're doing a health club for whatever, a country club where there's going to be a steam room, sauna, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, in the pool enclosure, all that material is not only non-ferrous, but the highest caliber stainless that we can get our hands on. You can do a barrier-free version of that, and all that's going to do is change your clearance from 1 3/8 to 2.5. So it's going to make it a deeper pull handle. Okay. If you're ordering a Type 1 and your door is 1 3/4, no need to mention that at all. But if it's other than that, we absolutely have to know that. Or the bolts are going to be too long or too short. Too long is a hassle because you have to cut them, and too shorts, that's kind of hard to recover from. Now, the link to the manufacturer's page can be seen here, and that's a very helpful link because it will allow you to review not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog of their core line, their typical trim and auxiliary line, which will include push and pull plates like this. Of course, things such as flat goods like kick plates, door stops, and pivots, and a variety of other items that Rockwood makes when it comes to trim and auxiliary hardware. They also have their entire line of their architectural door pulls, and all of those part numbers are prefixed by the letters RM. There's 100 pages here basically of custom pulls, leather wrapped, rubber wrapped, those that have wood integrated into it, stainless architectural metal based material like stainless, brass, bronze, things of that nature. If you are doing a job where you're looking for custom pulls, this catalog is going to be the governing document. I can't, there are other people who make these, but it is variations on a theme at that point. And with Rockwood, in my opinion, you not only get the greatest diversity in a single catalog, but objectively, you're going to get a manufacturing lead time that is incredibly dependable. It's 2 weeks. If it's leather wrapped, you're going to go to 3, but leather wrapped pulls become exceptionally expensive. And what I mean by that is because they're literally hand sewn. You don't sell a lot of leather wrapped pulls when it's a $4,000 door pull. But you do sell them. The point of the matter is if you are looking for one, just allow extra lead time. The rubber wrapped pulls are very nice. The soft tech, and you might say, well, where would I use that? Well, if you live in the American Southwest, you know why. You go up and grab a handle on a door and it's 130 degrees. That's why they wrap those in leather. Leather as well, but also rubber. Okay, very durable, weather-resistant gripping surfaces. Cool when it's 112 degrees outside in August. So on this page also is just prior versions of the catalog, resource documents that we use as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, the Rockwood 102 by 70C, again, a pretty common pull. Before you maybe order this, be mindful of where you're using it. If you want a pull that is a little bit smaller, this would be a good pull for that regard. You might also want a smaller plate in that regard. You can do a 70A, which is a 3x12, a 70B, which is 3.5/15, and then I think it's a 70E for 6x16, and an 8x16, it might be G, I just don't recall. But you might want to consider, if it's a commercial application, you might want to consider a 110 pull, 1-inch diameter, greater center to center, and probably BF for barrier free as well, so that you get more clearance. It's the distance from here, just with my average size hand, we've run out of room here. That BF in a 102 will bring that to 2.5 inch. Okay, so you might want to consider that. I am unapologetically partial to Rockwood. I'm a major cheerleader for their company, and it's not because of any reason other than the fact that they earn it and they deserve it. Prompt, reliable, predictable shipping lead times, exceptional technical support, and then customer service at least as good. So I'm very partial to them. They are absolutely deserving of your consideration if you're doing any project, large or small. Any questions on the 102 by 70C or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.